Thank you for tuning in to the Life of KG podcast. We are all about helping you guys in the beauty industry. Whether you're starting out in this industry or been in the business for years, we want to motivate you, educate you, and support you to grow. Enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to A Life of KG. So today I get to interview Lucy Argent. So for those that don't know Lucy, she has a chain of 3 salons, she has a product range and a training academy. So she's super busy, and I just absolutely loved our interview today. It was so fun and we've just talked about literally everything. So I can't wait for you guys to hear. Lucy also shared her story and how she basically manages running businesses around being a mum. She is a mum of a little girl at the moment, and she's just about to give birth to her second literally any day. Like, it could have even happened in the interview. So without further ado, here she is. Hi Lucy.
Hi Katie, how are you?
I'm good, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm just sitting here waiting to give birth, so
hopefully you don't give birth mid-show.
I hope not. My waters won't break. I'm laying in a comfortable position and I'm ready. Not to give birth, but to chat to you.
So can we tell everyone obviously who you are and what you do?
Yes, so I'm Lucy Argent, and started off as a beauty therapist and a lash tech. So about 15 years ago, there was hardly any lash techs at that point. So really built up a great lash business here in Cambridge, eventually opening up my beauty salon, which we have 3 of now. And we then went on to do the Cambridge Lash Company. So again, stocking products. We have a training academy as well. So locally, we train lots of the local salons. When I stop having babies, we'd like to go a little bit more outside of our catchment area and really put 110% in. But I do keep getting pregnant, so I do need to wait.
Are these pregnancies planned or?
No, do you know, I met my other half. I haven't even known him 2 years. He's known me longer pregnant than not pregnant.
That is brilliant.
We'd only known each other 3 months, and I got pregnant, and then I had a mare and got pregnant 3 months later again. So it's been a long time. I've forgotten what it's like to sit and enjoy a nice bottle of wine.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a call for us to go out after this baby's out.
Yeah, oh my God, 100%. Take me anywhere.
Oh wow. So you've grown an empire clearly, as long as being a mummy. How long ago was it that you opened your first salon then, and what made you decide to open your own?
So I worked in a nail bar originally. I sort of had just a couch in their reception area, which kind of 10 years ago wasn't really heard of. You didn't have brow bars or lash bars or anything like that. So I just had my couch up in their reception area, and everyone thought I was absolutely crazy. But it just meant that obviously I paid a low rent to this nail bar and they didn't have to compromise on space. So, and it just really worked. So after, God, less than a year, we were in 3 or 4 different hairdressers and nail bars, and I had girls working for me. But it got to that point where I had no security. Mm-hmm. So they could kick me out at any time, and we had all of these clients wanting infills. So yeah, I decided to open up the salon so I could be a bit more in control. And I mean, that was 8 years ago, and it just snowballed. I don't think there was anywhere around here that was, I don't want to call us not a proper beauty salon, because we are, but we have the beds out the front. It is a really relaxed atmosphere. So we kind of had that nail bar vibe, but we were obviously chatting to our clients and offering a professional service. And after, Newmarket been open to be 5 years this year. So yeah, after 3 years, we opened another location, which was about 20 minutes away. And that was really to do the overspill, because we were so busy and I didn't have enough room to put all the lash techs. So yeah, we opened Newmarket up, and then that became busy in its own right. So it didn't really solve the original problem. But yeah, over the years, I sort of vowed I wouldn't open another one. As you probably know, Katie, it's quite stressful and
Yeah.
demanding. But yeah, when I was on maternity leave last year, we took on a premises for the Cambridge Lash Company so we could stock all of our stock and also host our training. And they had a spare bit at the back. So I opened salon number 3 and decided to dedicate it to skin, which isn't my forte. I am all sort of lashes, but I've got a couple of girls that work for me that are really passionate about it. So yeah, they run the skin clinic, which was a really nice add-on to the other salons. So I decided to do that on my maternity leave, which was crazy, but
All that thinking time, that's why.
exactly. I just thought I've got this time spare, because when the babies are so small, they sleep a lot, and I thought, wow, this is really easy.
Yeah.
But when they start moving around, I obviously realised what motherhood was about. But I've got such a great team in all of the salons, so I'm able to, take some time to obviously enjoy my baby, and they're taking the reins on. But yeah, it's just all gone from strength to strength, really. We've won awards, and which have really kind of helped us get to where we want to be. But yeah, it's just gone crazy. I think the world of lashes has gone crazy, really. People
Yeah,
love
so
lashes.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it must be the same for you,
Mm-hmm.
like you've seen with your businesses. Once you've got someone in for lashes, they've got to come for infills.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So are both 2 of your salons then just purely lashes, and then the other one's purely skin?
Yeah, so that was purely skin. We do offer everything. So we added over the years, we did start off just lashes and brows and nails, but we've added in as the years have gone on. We do offer everything. So we are Environ salons across the board for all of them, and we're strong Environ advocates. We love everything skin as well, hence why we opened the skin clinic. But we're known for lashes. That's what we're known for. So we have the beds at the front, and they're always occupied doing lashes. So everything else is like a bonus add-on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, our main focus is lashes.
That's so good. So obviously now you're running 3 salons, like you've got your training academy, your product line.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell do you manage it all?
I have no idea.
People say this to me all the time, and I'm always like, I don't actually know. But then when I listen to you, I'm like, how do you do that?
I know. It's same to you, exactly. And like juggling a family and, a house, like silly things like putting a wash on.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of, I look at it like all week, and I think I really must wash, my washing. But I just haven't got the time. All I've got to do is put it in the washing machine, but it's a whole process. So, I mean, I think I've got a great team. I have my right-hand man, Katie. She's been involved with the Cambridge Lash Company with me from day one. She is so great on like the computer and doing all of that side of stuff. So she pretty much does everything. She's area manager for the salons and does the Cambridge Lash Company stuff and does training. She's just a great all-rounder, and that support for me is so huge. But yeah, I think having a good team in place, I'm really, really, really focused on a good team. We meet up on a regular basis. We have lots of training sessions. We do lots of stuff together as a team. And that's why I get so gutted when someone leaves. I get really upset. I think I spoke to you about this before. And you kind of expressed the same. You become, get to know your staff and get on so well with them, and then unfortunately if someone does leave, it's just a sad moment. It leaves a really big hole in the salon.
Yeah, I think because everyone's always so close in a salon environment, and I always say you're with your team more than you are your family most of the time.
Yeah, totally.
So when someone does leave, like everyone is going to go at some point and spread their wings and do whatever, but you take it so personally.
Oh God, I do. I mean, I've tried to grow that thick skin over the years and try and obviously put that shield up, but I get so involved. Like all of the girls, they have their own personal Instagram, and I really believe that people or the clients like buy into people. So I really push them to have their own identity, have their own Instagrams, and really build up their own client base within the salon. So I get them to enter competitions. So they enter makeup competitions, lash competitions, and so they can actually be an award-winning therapist themselves within my business. And I really push that, and sometimes it works in my favour because I've got some really great, team members who hopefully be with me for a long time, but equally it builds them up to obviously start their own business, which I fully support. But I always do get upset to see someone leave. That's probably the saddest part of the whole job, really. But yeah, juggling everything, it was a lot easier pre-children for sure.
Oh God, yeah. When the business used to be your baby.
Oh, it's so much easier. And I think I learned about 2 years ago, I decided to step out of the business and I did a couple of days lashing because I like to see my clients, but rather than being in it and trying to do everything all at the same time, which I couldn't give 100% to my clients and running the business, I stepped back and I did office days, which meant I could grow the business. And I have to say, since doing that, I've seen a huge difference in how things have run, clients coming in, profit lines, and all of that kind of thing. It all changed when I took myself out. And since having a Maya, I haven't actually gone back as a therapist. I did go back over Christmas for a couple of days and I loved every single minute. But yeah, it's definitely better if I can be out of it and work on the business rather than try and do everything and fail.
I love that you say that, because it's literally what I teach my salon owner students, business students all the time, because we get so engrossed in being a therapist, and then we guilty for stepping out. We think the clients are going to go if I'm not doing their lashes. You don't know if you can trust your team. There's so much stuff around.
I know.
It's not until you step out and then your business grows, because all that time you're then working on the business.
Absolutely.
It just the thing to do, that people can't really see when they are in it.
It works. It does work 100%. And I know, I think you get really overprotective of your clients. You have them for over 10 years and you think, oh God, I don't know if I can trust so-and-so with them, but they're still there. They're still coming. They love and actually, I think they quite liked having someone new and fresh do their treatment.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of the time as well, it's about, there is that fear of them going, oh, okay, they're going to go to that client, that therapist, and then if that therapist leaves, then the client's going to leave. But if you have to make sure you've got the best girls that are to your standard, but at the same time building a brand. So then if that therapist was to go, as much as that client loves that therapist, they're going to want to stay with the brand.
100%. And I think that some of the girls that have left, we have lost clients, and some of them I have been really sad about. I think, oh my God, Susan's gone and I've had her for 10 years, but the majority of them, as you say, do stay with the salon. And a loyal client is rare, but equally when you have them, I cherish them.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of time they end up coming back anyway if they do go walkabouts.
I think when the therapists do leave and they set up by themselves, I think there's that freedom, isn't there, when you're self-employed and you're like, I'm not going to work Saturdays, I'm not going to work Friday afternoons, and it may not obviously have the hours that suit the client. And as a salon, we open from 9 to 8 o'clock at night, so obviously it might be better suited for them. And you're right, a lot of clients do come back, so it's just having a trust, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And that is the hardest bit, especially when the salon's your livelihood.
Oh, and like you say, it's your first baby. I mean, I'm mid-30s now, and as I say, I've only just met my partner because lots of previous relationships failed because I put the business first, because I so knew where I wanted to be. That, spending time with a boyfriend or anything like that obviously hindered that. And I didn't see it at the time, but it was a breakdown of the relationship. So, but then it also gave me more time to then focus on the business. So I'd get excited again after a breakup. Very strange.
With the relationships, though, going a little bit personal and deep now, but did you ever find that they were threatened because you had all of this stuff? Because I know that's definitely what I find, the reason why I'm so strong.
They'll say, oh, I want a strong, confident woman and all of this stuff. And I like it that you've got your own stuff, your own house and your own car. But when it actually comes down to it, they don't. They want you to need them for something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really struggled with that over the years. I found like I could really like tick a lot of things off my list. When it came to a man, it was like a big fat cross. Like I was like, why am I failing at this? I can do, I can open another salon and I can do it in a blink of an eye, but this man business I found quite tough.
Yeah, definitely.
I really did. But the guy that I've met now, I think he's really driven and he has his own focus. We almost have two kind of separate lives, and I don't think I wanted that. I think I wanted someone to be on board with my life, but actually I'm quite enjoying. I like that we have our own things that we do. He's a builder, so he loves going off and building his houses, and he's focused, and then I can focus on the salons without anyone moaning at me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that's definitely the best way to be, rather than in each other's pockets. And
yeah, totally, especially if you are a worker. I think it's hard. You want to sit on your phone and update things, and you are doing work related stuff, but it can obviously interfere into your personal life. So
yeah, I'm glad you got your happy ending.
Yeah, no, I did. I kept going for these older men, thinking that was the way forward. But actually, this was a 28-year-old spring chicken. I thought, oh, nice, bit young. But actually, it's worked out. Well, he got me pregnant, you see. So there you go.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's cool. So like, obviously you've had this massive business journey then, and going through like, what, have nearly 10 years or?
Yes. So, well, the first salon I was in, I was there just working there for a couple of years, where I started off doing lashes, and then I actually got the opportunity to go to Outer Mongolia and open the first spa in a 5-star hotel out there. Such a strange opportunity that came along. I was only 21, but it was the best thing I ever did. So I actually lived in Outer Mongolia for 18 months. I trained up girls in a spa there in all of the treatments, and I lived there, and we opened up, the people I worked for opened up a hotel, part of small luxury hotels of the world. And yeah, it kind of made me into the person I'd never really left home or done anything in the world, so it was a good kick for me. So yeah, when I got back, it was then I had that focus of obviously setting up the business and going forward from there, and lashes were just booming at the time, so I just kind of grabbed onto that really.
Yeah, wow, what a great opportunity. And I bet that really helped you with kind of managing like your own team and
Totally. And they didn't speak great English, so the whole thing rounded me as a person at quite a young age as well. So it meant I could get ahead when I wanted to get ahead. It was a scary thing. I don't think I could do it now. I've got a bit more of the fear now I've got older. But I think when you're younger, you've got throw caution to the wind. Just sort of
nothing to lose, have you?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Wow, that's so cool. So over these like years of you having your own business then, what would you say, because you must have had so many like ups and downs, and obviously I know what it's like. It's a massive roller coaster. 1 minute you want to chuck the towel in, next minute you've got the best life ever. What would you say has been your biggest struggle out of all these years?
I think the biggest mistake I made was when I opened my second salon. I did it with money that was already in the business bank account, and I wasn't watching the cash flow, and when I opened it, I had myself in huge debt, because then your VAT bills start coming out and tax bills, and I didn't have the money there to pay for it because I'd spent it. So I was quite angry at myself actually, and I had to remortgage my house, and that was definitely a low for me, because I just thought, how have I been so stupid? Why didn't I go to the bank and ask for a loan, and I would be in a lot better situation at this point, because the salon was working, and it would have been a shame to have closed the doors because I made a silly mistake. So I have to say that I learned a valuable lesson there. And don't get me wrong, I still keep doing things wrong that I learned from. But I think that's the whole process. I think sometimes I know I'm doing something for the best, but actually I learn from it, and then I go, and that's why it's great having good people around me, because now Katie's been with me for 7 years now, and she'll pull me back and say, don't do that. because now she's got to know me. So it's good to have that support there from other people to pull me back in. I think you did a post about it's okay to say no.
Yeah,
That was great.
And it's so true. Like, yeah, you don't have to say yes to everything.
I know. And I do. I'm like, something comes my way, I'm like, perfect, let's do it. But it's really important that I've got that person next to me that says to me, stop. Just say no, we're not going to this, we're not going to that, you're not taking that on, you don't need to. I think it's like someone offered a property just down the road and said, oh, are you interested? And I'm packing up my bag ready to go and have a look around. And you know, Paul's like, you need to put your bag down and sit down right now. You're having another baby.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and baby fourth salon.
I know. And that was a really good post for me that you did, because I was like, actually, yeah, do you know, it is okay to say no.
Yeah, it is. And I think
is everything.
Especially how we are naturally, like, go, want to say yes to everything. Like, sometimes you got to think, what is the end goal? Why am I doing it all? Stretching yourself too thin sometimes isn't good. Like, you have to concentrate on what you've already got. But that's funny you say about the keys to that other building, because I don't know what it is, but whenever there's a building that's up for sale or a business is folding, I'm not always the one that gets the call. Always. Do you want this building? And I'm like, I
know. And I'm like, please just don't. I'm like, don't even tell me the opportunity, because I'd rather not know. Because as you start getting into it, you're like, oh, well, maybe I could, you know, do X, Y, and Z. I mean, the other day, I'm like, I was going to open a barber's. I mean, I know nothing about hair. I know nothing about men's hair. But all of a sudden, I just sat there and thought, cool, that would be good. Wouldn't I maybe? And I mean, if I told my other half this, he would literally have to just chain me to the house and just say stop. So.
Well, I'm not the best person to talk to, because I could be like, well, just buy it, do it up, make it and sell it.
We'd be terrible together, wouldn't we? If we're bouncing ideas off each other, we'd be like, oh, should we do this?
Be awful. I honestly, I don't stop. Like, I'm exactly the same.
I know. But I watch all of your Insta stories and stuff, and I'm like, I know exactly where you're coming from.
What is she doing now? So what would you say has been your proudest moment of your business years?
I think being recognised. I've never done the business to, you know, be recognised for anything. I just wanted somewhere to lash, and that was a secure place, and that was my only aim. And in 2017, I won an award for Business Person of the Year, and that kind of like steamrolled into other awards. And just to know, just being recognised, even just to be nominated, it's just so nice, because you kind of get on this roller coaster of work and, you know, building, as you say, building the brand. And it's just sometimes nice for someone to give you a little pat on the back and say, you've done a good job. Because I certainly won't do that to myself. So I'd say, yeah, my proudest moment was winning that award. It was only local in our sort of Cambridgeshire area, but it was so huge for me, and it was so nice for the salons and for the girls and the team. So I'd say that was one of my proudest moments for sure.
No, that's so nice. And winning awards is amazing. And I think people that are listening that haven't even put themselves forward for awards yet definitely should. Like, even if you don't get in or win, like, it's such a, like, filling out the application forms or putting your work forward, it's such a massive learning curve for your business.
It is. And also you can have a look at your figures as well. Sometimes it's good to have a look. They tell you to write some figures down, and I think, oh yeah, okay, see where we're at. And yeah, I think the awards really has given us a boost, and also it's a great form of marketing. And even just to be nominated, I think, and the awards have got quite big now, haven't they? It's this year I can certainly see a lot more people have entered the awards and have got nominated, and it's nice to see. And they're a great event as well when you go. Just take the team and have some drinks. It's been a nice experience with all the awards. I do enjoy it. We're having a year off this year, just because of the baby. But yeah, I definitely encourage any lash artists or therapists or salons to enter awards. And I think you would say the same, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we won our first award in 2014, and that was for Lash Tech of the Year, and I literally couldn't believe it. I was sobbing on stage.
Yes.
I just was not expecting it. But I would say literally from that year, that's when my business boomed. And maybe, I don't know if it was because of that award, or like you said, it give you recognition, it give you more confidence to be like, okay, I'm doing something right.
And people that are not necessarily in your industry or know you personally actually have read about you and think you're worthy of this award. It's a lovely feeling. And I think a lot of people can spend money on marketing, but actually, you know, doing the awards is a great form of marketing. So
definitely, yeah. And if you use it cleverly, because, and I think you're exactly the same as me when it comes to this, but if we win an award, we don't just put it up on social media and there you go. I'm writing to the papers, I'm writing to all the magazines.
Yeah.
Like,
it's all over the website.
Yeah. Well, you see my face in every magazine.
I know. I'm like, do you want to do a little story on me? And again, it can just be local magazines, but you know, I cut every single one out. I've got a little scrapbook and I keep them in there, and it's just something nice as well for me to show my daughter when she's old enough to say, you know, look at what we did, and hopefully inspire her to do similar things. I'm sure it's the same for you and Lola as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You have a scrapbook.
So good. Yeah, just any awards that anyone's finalists in, like, don't even win, even finalists, so just promote it as much as possible to get yourself out there.
No, I totally agree.
Definitely. So obviously you have your little girl who's gorgeous.
Yes.
And you could give birth right now, we don't know.
Right now it could happen.
How has pregnancy been for you while you're like running the businesses, and even your first pregnancy? Obviously your first one's very different to your second one. What was that like, running the businesses?
I was still working as a therapist a couple of days a week with the first one. I'd have to say I haven't enjoyed being pregnant. I'm not sure if many women enjoy being pregnant, really. I haven't yet to meet many ladies
I loved it.
they loved it. Did you?
I loved it. I'm weird. I loved it.
Oh, I'm trying this time to embrace it, but I just can't. But first time round, yeah, I was still working in the salon, and I was unwell. Obviously, like, you get more tired, etc. So I did get quite frustrated. I think that I couldn't do what I wanted to do all the time. I couldn't work the way I wanted to work. So I learned a very valuable lesson through the first pregnancy, that for this pregnancy I have tried to get a better work-life balance, which has definitely helped. I felt a lot better this pregnancy for sure. I just don't know what I'm going to do when this one is here, and I have actually got two babies, two children.
I know. Like, are you going to have maternity leave?
Well,
is there such thing when we run businesses?
I don't know. I didn't with Maya. I had her at home, and I went up to bed after she was born, and I was laying with her, and then I was screenshotting the reviews and sending them to the girls and updating Instagram, and then said to the girls, like, oh, I've just had the baby. They were like, oh my god, like, have a day off. But I don't know, can you have maternity leave? I think
I was back in salon 3 days later sorting out staffing issues.
Oh my god, Katie. Literally, I think we're separated at birth. I think that...
I found my long lost sister.
Oh, don't. I think it's a lot easier now. I'm not in salon, and also I do everything from my phone. I've got my laptop, so I can actually. I've got managers at each site, and I can communicate with just them through my phone, whatever time of day. Send WhatsApps, and I can kind of manage everything from my phone. So yes, I'll kind of be resting in the sense that I'm not physically going out somewhere, but actually when it comes to doing the work, can you really escape it?
No.
I mean, I'm terrible. I sit at home 10:30 at night and I'm still doing things.
Yeah, 100%. I was doing that last night. But then I think that, like, even though it's a business and it's work, like, we love it. So for me, I don't know, you might be different, but I would prefer to work than put on some shitty TV show.
100%.
Unless it's Love Island.
Oh, of course. Are you watching it?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
I can't believe I like these 20-year-olds. I'm like a right perv.
Literally, I know, but everyone's so young. Like,
I know.
Even just throw in a 24-year-old or something, like anything. Like, they're all 20.
Like, oh, how old are you? 20. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, don't. Yeah, I do like. I think something like Love Island's good for people like us that can't switch off. You need a little bit of a bit of toots in your life, don't you? A little bit of crack TV. So
well, I still think I'm young enough to go on, but
you are. They should do a bit more of an age range, don't you think?
Well, I think so. I think they should do. This is just because I'm jealous. I think that they should do more of an age range. And where are the single parents at?
Maybe that's why they do it. So they're like, everyone's really young, so they haven't like had kids or got baggage or anything. So they're free.
Not like, let's just get this straight though. Not like I'd leave Lola for 6 weeks. I mean, it sounds amazing, but
I know. We'll just leave our kids. Bye. 6 weeks. You can watch Mummy on the telly.
Yeah. We'll be, Lola, do you approve of this guy?
Oh, don't. You're cracking on with someone in the villa. Maybe that's why they don't send people like us in.
Yeah, most probably not. Would be wild.
Oh, don't.
Oh, that's so funny.
Don't. You make me laugh this baby out.
That's the plan. So what's your kind of life look like then? So when it comes to overall managing a home life, obviously being a partner, being a mummy, nearly a mummy of two, running a business, like, where is your work-life balance?
Well, I don't have one. I went sort of like on maternity last week, and I have to say I have been good. I've done a couple of like trips to the salon, but I'm trusting in the girls. I'm learning the art of delegation. So it has meant I get to spend some time at home, which has been nice. We're also renovating our house. So Paul's building an extension on the back. So we live in a building site also. It was all very bad timing, everything really. So
Sounds it.
It's absolutely crazy here. So I don't know what it looks like from an outsider's perspective, but I always feel from my perspective looking out, it looks like chaos. I've got baby on my hip, I've got trying to search through my bag to try and get the banking to get to the bank before they close, and the girls need price lists and orders gone to one salon and not the other. So I think it's quite chaos, but I've got it organised in my mind. But I don't know what it looks like from an outsider's point of view, whether they think I look like a crazy lady or they think that I've got it together. I might have to ask someone.
I mean, looking from like social media, you look like you got it together, but day to day.
Good old social media, you put up all the best stuff. Yeah, I think from day to day, I mean, it like today, for example, I didn't get dressed until 11 o'clock, just because bathing the baby, sorting the baby out, getting a wash on, doing stuff, and Paul doesn't go outside till a bit later, so I have him, so I use him to the best of my ability so I can get some jobs done. So, and then before you know it, it's 2:30, I'm chatting to you, and then it's the end of the day.
Yeah, well, hey,
it all whizzes by.
It really does.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna have to ask someone what it looks like from their point of view. So, but I think just being organised is the key, and I kind of wake up with a list in my head of what I need to achieve that day, and just to make it as realistic as possible, and to trust. Like today in the Newmarket salon, we have a makeup masterclass, and usually I would go, I'd help the girls do the goodie bags, film it, put it on social media, and I'm not going, and it really, I've got itchy feet, and I have to try, and the girls are going to do an amazing job, but I have that control issue. So they're going to smash it and they'll do great. So it would do me good not to go. So.
Oh, I know how hard that is though. So hard.
Yeah. Are you the same?
Oh yeah, definitely. I get itchy feet. Like, I'm absolute control freak, but at the same time, I am good at stepping back. But then when I step back, I'm like, oh, they might need me, and they're like, we don't need you. Like, we are fine doing this on our own. We've been doing it on our own for however long. I'm like, I know.
You just feel like I feel like I want to help or be a support in some way. And I think maybe when I'm at home, I don't want them to think that I'm just sort of at home, sipping my
there will always be that back guilt. You feel guilty.
Yeah, I feel guilty.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know that they don't think that of me. They know that I'm obviously about to give birth. And even if I wasn't, I'd be doing other things. And they love it and enjoy it. And probably when I go, I'm just in the way.
Yeah.
So
I was in a team meeting the other day and I was like,
Yeah.
I only pop in there like twice a week anyway, but I now need to carve that back. So I always tell them and keep them up to date with what I'm doing and what's going on in business. And I was like, so I might just pop in for an hour and then pop back out. Like, I was like, do you not even care? And they were like, no, not really.
Just come whenever you want.
And I'm like, okay, because it's this guilt of you just want like their reassurance all the time.
Yeah. And that you also like, I want them to know that I care.
Yeah.
And of course I do care, but I think you have to have that level of presence. But actually, my level of presence is communicating through emails and WhatsApps and, you know, that daily tasks of what we need to do for the day, and then to trust the girls to tick them off and do it. And they do. And everyone does such a great job. And I just need to learn the art of delegation and sit back, and if they need me, they know where I am.
Yeah, definitely. Delegation's key. It did take me a while to get that, but I'm really good at it now.
You can give me some tips, please. I need to like chill out a little bit. Some days, like, I feel like I'm too like on them and too microscopic, and actually going to enjoy my day, and nothing's bad's going to happen. You'll have to give me some tips.
Yeah, I've got this form actually, and my one of my business coaches give me it, and it's called an opportunities list. I'll send you it, and it's basically got your column. It will have a team member column in it, and then it will have a column that's called Mary Poppins.
Okay.
So Mary Poppins obviously like is this person that does everything. So you write in your column. Right. I don't know if that's going to make sense, but in your column, you'll write every single job that you physically do during the week, like every job, even if it's from the email blast, from texts, from doing your day lists for your girls, like whatever job you do, you write in your list, and then you would delegate that to either a team member or to Mary Poppins, and Mary Poppins is an outsource.
Right, I see.
So it's really good when you write all of this down to be like, bloody hell, I do all of this, but actually that job could easily go to this team member, or this job I can outsource to another company, which is going to cost me hardly nothing.
And are they good companies to outsource to?
Yeah, there's loads. So say for example Fiverr. I don't know if you've heard of Fiverr.
No.
Okay, search it when you get off here. Like, there's the app, you can just download it, Fiverr, and it's all like there's a lot of outsourcing to different countries, so like India and places like that, and everything's really cheap, but the quality of their work is amazing. So it might mean if you need loads of posters doing, you outsource it to them. If you need I don't know, like whatever, there will be something on there, like all your email marketing or social media or anything, whatever you want you're doing, I'm pretty sure you could outsource it.
And they do everything?
Yeah, for literally like hardly nothing. There's virtual assistants on there for hardly nothing.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to get on that. Fiverr, Fiver.
Yes, I'm dyslexic, mate. I think that's how you spell it.
It just doesn't sound right. I'm like, yeah, Fiverr. Okay, I'm going to get on that.
Yeah, so I'll send you the form. It's just a little form that I've made, and you've got your column, a team member, and Mary Poppins.
That's what I need. I think I also now delegate onto Katie, my Katie, and then she's at the moment she's like training a girl in the salon. She's doing payroll. She needs to test new tweezers for Cambridge Lash Company.
Oh my god, I need a Katie.
Oh, honestly, she's unbelievable, completely selfless as well, and she just wants to work hard. And she's just come back from maternity leave. We actually had babies at the same time, not planned. So, you know, she's back 3 days a week, and she's just fantastic. But equally, I'm aware that she's doing these jobs and then she won't delegate them out. So then I've just passed my stuff on to her, and she's sitting at home, you know, 9 o'clock at night trying to figure out, you know, pensions for the girls or something silly. And, you know, it's, again, if there was some she can outsource her jobs, we need to have a nice line of outsourcing.
Yeah, well, there you go. You can both have a sheet and fill it out.
Yeah, great. Yeah, please send me that.
I will do. So what's next for you then, Lucy, with the businesses?
Oh, I think
having a chill year.
Having a chill year. I'm gonna actually take like 6 months off with my new baby and with Amaya, and just try. I think I was so desperate to get back to work. I had Amaya, and she was a really good baby, and I wanted her off the boob, and I wanted to get back to work. And I think I set up the skin clinic and took on the headquarters because I felt like I needed to prove something, that I can pop this baby out and be a working mum, but I could do it all. And it was, I won't say easy, but I was juggling it fine at the beginning. But obviously the first 6 months, the baby just is asleep. So
yeah, it's literally easy with a newborn.
oh my God, it's a dream. I remember having a bath, and she was on top of the toilet in her like little bed thing, and I was drinking a glass of wine, and I thought, this is the life.
Yeah.
It just doesn't last like that.
Wait until she gets to 4.
Oh, don't. That's what I mean. There's like a new hurdle, isn't there? Like every kind of couple of months there's something new. I bet you've got all the sass now.
And like the guilt as well with working with, like, Loli's not even a toddler anymore. She's an actual child. She's a real life child.
She's a real human.
And now school runs and like working around that. I really, really panicked when she started school because she was in nursery before. And it was so like there were really long hours and they were flexible. And obviously if one day I didn't want to take her in, I didn't have to because it's nursery. And we had such a like on the go life, and she was always great. And then school started and I thought there's routine.
Regimented.
Routine. And then I thought we're like a bunch of soldiers. So I can't even say the word. Soldiers.
Soldiers.
All going into school. Like, oh, I hated it. But I really
all at the same time.
Yeah, but it was really hard around like running a business and stuff, doing school, especially when you don't have anyone else to pick them up.
Well, of course. And she's going to have after school clubs surely, and have all that start as well, and friends and
we done the after school. We still do the after school club, so she's in after school club most of the time, and the guilt of after school club was horrendous, and she hated it, which is even worse.
Oh no.
So we come up with a plan, and we've got a little pack that we made last week. And so she's going into after school club 2 to 3 times a week now, rather than the 5, but less time. So there's basically 2 sit-ins. There's one that's 4:15 and then one that's 5:30. So I'm now putting her in till 4:15. So we've come to terms on that. And then
you've got compromises.
Yeah, compromising with a 4-year-old. And then the other days we've decided that I'll pick her up at 3, but mummy has to work still. So she can come home, chill, play in her bedroom, watch TV when mummy works till 5. Would you prefer that or after school club? She's like, no, I want to come home. So I was like, okay. So we started that this week. And bless her, Lucy, literally on Tuesday, she was like, mummy, I've been so good for you while you're working, haven't I?
Oh, don't. It must be so nice to communicate like that.
So
just
good.
Like, oh, I can't wait for that stage where I can say, what would you like?
Yeah, especially when you are having to work so much as well, when you can communicate why, and the guilt kind of goes a bit and they understand why you are working.
Yeah, totally.
Like, she doesn't ever get mad that I'm working.
And you're obviously able to work from home, and I think that's getting that work-life balance. You're not having to be in the salon or, you know, away. You can be present, but you need to do work.
Exactly.
So
I'm like cooking dinner while I'm working, like, and then at 5 o'clock I'll kind of shut off. We'll have dinner together, and then we'll have a shower or bath, whatever, with no work, and then I'll put her to bed for 7. She'll be asleep by 7:10, and then I'll be on it working again.
Oh, is she a good sleeper?
Yeah, amazing. I'm so lucky.
Oh, that's my next kind of hurdle, is the sleep thing.
She does crawl in my bed in the middle of the night, I'm not gonna lie, but most of the time I'll wake up and she's just there.
You're like, oh, hi. Oh, the thing is though, there'll be a day where she won't, and you'll miss it, and you'll be like, oh, you don't want to come in my bed anymore.
Especially when she has like a weekend at her grandparents, and then like I can like spread out in the bed, and the next morning I'm like, oh, this is boring, I'm on my own.
I know. I think there's this huge thing in the UK about your child sleeping and being independent and put them in their own room, and you know, I don't know, I've not done that with she is in her own room, but we didn't do the crying out method or anything like that. We've let her kind of do her own thing, and we're just trying to get her into a bit of a routine at the moment before the new baby comes. But we've probably got there a bit slower. But yeah, we're just trying to tackle a few little bits and pieces now. But
Yeah, I
There's,
always think whatever works for the individual person. Like, there's no
yeah,
right or wrong. Like, people need to give people a break.
don't they? I've never had, I mean, when it comes to business, obviously you're on your own path and, take advice from people and you just kind of go with it. But when it comes to motherhood, wow, people really do have strong opinions about stuff. And
Yeah.
you sort of sit and listen and you think, oh, okay, I'm not sure that'll work for me, but thanks for the advice. But if you don't do what they've said, there's even more of an opinion. You're like,
I know, it's hard, but
it's hard.
well, as on the mummy subject, what
Yes.
if you could give any advice when it comes to a mummy wanting to open up their salon? What advice would you give?
So, I'd say if you've just had a baby, enjoy your baby. I think I'll definitely spend more time with this newborn before sort of heading back into work. But I think, again, if you're going to go into a salon or open a salon, just make sure you've got people around you that you can delegate to and who can support you and help you, so you can spend time with your baby and also work. And I think you've hit the nail on the head. Like, you'll work to a certain time, so you've got your set work hours, and then you've got your set times that you spend with Lola or you spend with your baby, and you stick to that. Because I think if you don't set it out in a timetable, almost, you just either work all the time and try and do the baby thing at the same time, and then the only person that gets stressed is you, and then I'll take it out on my baby, and it's a big vicious circle. So yeah, I think having set work times is the key.
Yeah,
For sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
Where can people contact you, Lucy, if they want to shout out or say how much they love this podcast?
Yeah. Say that again. Sorry, Katie.
Where can they shout out to you? Where's best to connect, like your social media?
Yeah, on Instagram. So the salon at number 5 Instagram, or my personal Instagram, which I did have it private, then I made it public, and then I've made it private again. I'm having this real battle, and I don't know if you had that, because I know yours is public.
I'm open to the world.
You're open to the world, and do you know what? I think I sort of used you as my example, and I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going public. and I love watching your Insta stories and things with Lola as well, and it's inspiring for me. And especially the days where I'm like, I don't know if I can do this, and then I can see that other mums are doing the same. I'm like, yes, I can. And I went public for about 2 weeks, and I don't know why, I just freaked out, made it private again. I don't know why. So, but my I think I'm going to make it public again, but that's Lucy Lash 45, just from back in the day when I was Lucy Lash, when I actually was lashing. But I'm a real Instagrammer over Facebook. Are you more Instagram than Facebook, or are you a bit of both?
I was always Facebook, and now I'm heavily Instagram. Like, I update that daily without fail. But I'm trying to get back into Facebook again, because when it comes to booking courses and booking appointments for the salon, we get our business through Facebook.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
In more of like share stories on Insta, like I'll connect to a lot more business owners on Insta.
Right. I find if I do like a model call, I don't really get anything from Instagram, but I'll get everything from Facebook.
Yeah.
So yeah, Facebook as well, and even the Cambridge Lash Company Instagram. We just did a post about working mums on there, and we're offering some discount off courses for working mums, and we're adding on like a little business bit at the end, like how to set up your own little lash business from home. And it just went crazy. So like the inbox was just filling in with like, can I have some more information? And I think there's quite a lot of mums out there that have gone back to work after their maternity leave, and they're in a job that they absolutely hate.
Yeah, so, definitely. I think that's such a good idea as well.
Just to give people, same as what you're doing, you're able to work from home with your baby. I'm doing the same. So if we can give that opportunity to people, and because social media now, you don't need to hire marketing companies or anything like that. You can do everything yourself. Mm-hmm. It's just knowing how. And if we can pass on any knowledge that we've got to these ladies, then yeah, we really want to do that. So that's kind of our focus at the moment. I think once we've taken this year just to chill a bit, we'll really focus on the Cambridge Lash Company. There's definitely I know lots of people do training now, and there's lots of products out there and that kind of thing. But I think there's enough people to go around to obviously offer the training. So we would like to focus more on the Cambridge Lash Company for sure.
Yeah, that's great. And I do think that, like, everyone's saying it's oversaturated enough now, but it's not. Like, it's compared to the nail industry, lashes is still a baby industry. It's not.
Yeah, totally. And I think the kind of training as well, you know, there's people that are mentoring, there's people that are helping people do fan practice, all this kind of thing. I think there's a market for every single little thing.
Yeah.
And you know, on our courses especially, we really focus on obviously sticking the lash on in the first place, but also how to set up your own business, because once they've gone into the big wide world after doing eyelash extensions, it's hard enough anyway to really get yourself into a bit of a routine with it. But then once you have, like, getting clients through the door, how do you do that? Do you have the right equipment? So, you know, the right couch, a stool, the light, and we just, you know, just having that knowledge and recommending things, and we go into quite depth with stuff like that. So, and we enjoy training. I think there maybe are some poorer academies out there that maybe are not kind of lash focused. So we do have a lot of ladies that will then come and see us after. I'm terrible. So if they message me and say, I've been on this lash course, you know, down the road, so blah blah blah, and I didn't have very good experience, I'm like, come and ask for free.
Do you?
I'm terrible. I'm like, because I just want them to see, I don't want them to like have that bad experience and never do it ever again.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just not about the money. It's about actually regaining someone's trust, and that they can do it, and that they can do lashes. And you know, Katie shouts at me all the time. She's like, another person. I'm like, I can't help it.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Just want to spread the lash love, because
you're going to be influxed with messages after this saying how bad the courses were.
Please, no, honestly, come. I'm so, even if someone's been on even our course and then they haven't had time to practice, I'm like, come back on a date of your choice and bring a model, and we can be there just to support them and see, you know, if they are going wrong, where are they going wrong, how can we help them in any way. And it does mean we lose a space on our training course, but I'd much rather they felt confident and progressed with it rather than never picked up their tweezers ever again.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely
love that. Oh, Lucy, it's been so good talking to you.
Yes,
You're literally like my long distance sister.
I know. And hopefully, I mean, I want to come to World Lash University. I just have to see where I'm at with the baby. But yeah, it was great last year, so I'm hoping to come along this year.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, but otherwise I understand.
Yeah. Unless I bring my baby attached to me, which just won't be the same.
I'll babysit while you have a drink.
Oh, please, that'd be great.
I'll bring her up on stage with me.
Oh, please.
My mini presenter.
Oh, bring Lona as well.
Can you imagine? I think Zoe and Julie will be like, what is happening? I'm like, sorry, we now got a side.
Oh, well, thanks, Katie. Thanks for the opportunity.
No, thanks so much. It's been awesome talking to you, and I'm pretty sure so many people are going to be inspired by this.
Oh, thank you. I hope so.
We would love to hear what you thought about this episode.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Please leave a review and share on social media tagging @KG Salon so we can share.
I always follow them.
Until next time, have an amazing, successful week.